Spring is here and I thought I would share some single eyeshadows that I recommend for the season. These are definitely more on the colorful side, a little bit more maybe leaning pastel as well. And these are in no particular order. So let's jump right into it. The first shade is Trinket, and this is a glitter multichrome from Clionadh Cosmetics. And this one has a slightly larger particle size, especially compared to some of their other eyeshadows. And this one is described as having an orange base with an aqua indigo red shift. And this one is just super, super punchy. It does completely smooth out, but it's just, you can see the way it picks up is a little bit more of a larger particle size. I think the Aqua Flash Straight On does lean a little bit more green in some lighting and in certain angles. And then here's the shift to indigo to red. I would almost say it's kind of like a purpley red, and it is ultra sparkly. The next shade is Flashed Glass, and this one is an electric multichrome, and this one has a smooth dry texture typical to Clionadh Cosmetics. You can see how smooth it is, maybe not as sparkly, but it has the really nice kind of elevated shine still. This one is described as a berry base with indigo magenta peach shifts. Next shade is Counting the Stars, and this is from Terra Moons Cosmetics, and this one is smooth and dry and has quite a bit of shine. And this one is a pastel lilac base that shifts purple, blue, green. And this one looks absolutely beautiful and smooth and can be a little bit sheared out as well. So if I kind of blend it up, this is a beautiful one and done type of shade. And this one is a pastel lilac base that shifts purple, blue, green, and pink. I love the shift to purple on this one. It makes the shade really colorful while still remaining a really great one and done shade because of its base. And then the green straight on is just a beautiful grassy green. First Light has a medium particle size but is smooth and is dry. This one is an iridescent shifty shade. Also really beautiful to layer on top of mattes or also on its own. It does seem to have just a little bit of a base. So this is a sparkly duochrome with purple, blue, and pink shifts. And I feel like I see a little bit of a kind of orangey brown base to it, but it's pretty subtle. And this one has a little bit extra sparkle, so it does fully smooth out and it remains sparkly. It is a regular dry feeling eyeshadow. I see the blue straight on and then the shift to purple and pink. Next shade is Gaylene from Devinah Cosmetics, and this one is also slightly larger particle size, but this one is a little bit more like a flaky particle size, but it does smooth out. And when I first got it, it did feel just a little bit slicker to the touch than usual for Devinah, but now it feels dry. And I just feel like this tone, this color, feels very pastel. And this one's really interesting because it looks very lavender in the pan. But now that I have it swatched out, you can definitely share it out. But I see a little bit less of the lavender and I actually see a lot of bright green in there. So it's kind of mixed. And then it shifts to purple to pink. I think the lavender actually comes out the most on an angle. So here's the shade in comparison. I feel like now with this lighting, it looks a little bit more kind of blue straight on. But definitely when I have it laying down, I see lavender. Shade is Echidna. This one is also from Devinah Cosmetics, and this one is definitely flakier than Gaylene, though kind of similar in texture. And this one was even more slick to the touch when I first got it, but now it's a little bit less slick and it does smooth out. And a little bit goes a long way. As you can see, it kind of picks up a little heavy on the finger, but it is just so smooth and so shiny and reflective and shifty. On this one, I really love the contrast of the lime green and the green vibe overall with the bright pink flash straight on. So in the pan, this shade looks very lime green, but once it's actually swatched out, you can see a lot more of the pink. And then that super bright shift, it kind of goes to gold a little bit. I feel like this shade is just so perfect for spring. It has the green, it has the pink, so it's got the flowery vibes. Next shade is Lucent. This one is from ShineBySD, and I believe this one is being discontinued. When I checked on their website, it did say discontinuing in the name. So this one is smooth and dry and semi-sheer, and I don't think this is like the most shiny by any means, but it has a really beautiful sheen. Also really great for if you want to layer an iridescent that has maybe more of a PC kind of texture over it. And this one is just super vibrant, bright yellow gold, shifting to lime green. And there's a little bit of orange in there as well. So it's a very punchy, it's very much like a fruit salad type of vibe and or sunny day. I feel like I see the orange kind of speckled throughout. So it's a little bit more subtle. You have to be really up close to see the orange throughout it. The other shade I picked from ShineBySD is Just Royal. And this one is also smooth and dry. And it's semi-opaque, so it has a little bit, so you can kind of feather it out. And this one is a vibrant blue with a violet purple shift. It is so vibrant. Let me add another layer. And again, it doesn't have the most shine like compared to the Devinah shade, but it's just so smooth and really beautiful. And I love the vibrancy of this one. And when it's layered on like this, I feel like I can see a little bit of a tealish aqua base a little bit in there. The next shade is Emerald, and this one is from Lethal Cosmetics, and this one is a holochrome, so it is not only shifty, but it also has holographic particles throughout it. And this one, when I first swatched it, when I first got it, it was definitely a little bit more on the slick, squishy side, but now that I've had it for over a year, it has dried out a little bit, so it feels a little bit smoother, but definitely something to note. And I'm gonna first just put on a little bit and kind of smooth it out, because this one definitely can be more sheer and it's more layerable. And this one is green and icy blue with a hint of silver and violet. I definitely can see the violet more in the shift and then a little bit more green straight on. I feel like this would be a great one and done shade, or use like a neutral matte in the crease and then put this all over the lid. Also would be really fun to layer over a dark green matte. And the hollow particles are really tiny, and I would say that they're pretty uniform throughout, which is not always the case with every holochrome. It really depends on how the hollow is mixed in there. And the last shade is Sunshine Daydream. This one is from Bella Beaute Bar, and this one is definitely the flakiest out of all of these, but it does smooth out, but it's definitely a little bit harder to work with. And this is just a beautiful, soft, rosy, super metallic, high shine pink. It doesn't have a shift. You can apply a little bit heavy if you pick up too much, but if you really try to pick up a little bit and then just kind of smooth it out. And I do see hints of silver with this one as well. So I wanted to put a more kind of neutral, true everyday metallic shade in these recommendations. And for the nail polish, I'm wearing Peach Bellini from Clionadh. And I believe this was a limited edition from a mixology collection. So I'm not sure if it's still available, but it is such a pretty, very springy, kind of peachy, orangey, gold nail polish. And it's very sheer. I think this is 3 coats. So those are my 10 single eyeshadows for spring recommendations. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite eyeshadows are to wear in the springtime. Are there any particular colors or shades that you gravitate towards? I would love to hear your thoughts. And thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you next time.